Hey, what up? What up? It's your boy Grimace.
And Ish, how's everybody doing it? Thank you very much for stopping by at the Cali podcast. We appreciate you very much for being here.
Every single time. Now, just to bring it up, we're gonna talk about going the damn thing at if you're single and you're trying to go to a bar and hitting on girls. What's the best thing to do if you're single and you're hitting a bar? I mean, me.
How to talk to a girl at a bar? Is that what you're referring to?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, me. I've been single, especially as of recent, hitting on girls at the bar, hitting on girls at the club, and all right. When I go to the spot, I mean, you can't be too aggressive, especially at my older age. You know, it's a little bit different because the majority of people be on the internet. But then again, on the internet, it's just like, I mean, no offense to all of those, you know, with baggage. I mean, not to put it like that, but that's the proper term that we be using nowadays, like baggage. But ain't nothing wrong with baggage. I mean, you gotta fly, right? You got your. Are you gonna roll with no baggage? I mean, straight up, clearly, I roll with no baggage on that flight. You can put the baggage on the top of the top deck, which is the one carry
Okay,
on.
well, I think it's not a good idea that you actually start with baggage because I don't think anybody wants to go to a club and them hearing you about your baggage and this, that, and the other. Because baggage can have a lot of bricks and basically it could be heavy as heck. But, you know, I mean, I think no matter what women probably look for is when you first meet them to be genuine, yeah, because everybody's probably liquored up and all that stuff, because I remember when I used to go to clubs, especially back in the day, about 20 odd years ago or whatever. I mean, maybe I didn't drink back then myself, but I think girls love it when you're loose. Yeah, because they, there's a saying there in English, it's called in vino veritas, right? Meaning that's in Latin.
I don't know. I mean, I'm from America. I don't really speak the Latin. I'm not
okay, gonna lie. In Latin means in wine or in alcohol, you tell the truth. Basically,
in wine or in alcohol,
you tell the truth. In vino veritas.
And vino, damn, they're like if you're like drunked up, as I was saying, if you're in vino,
I think you're more genuine. Exactly. I think you're more genuine as a person when everybody's liquored up, including females. But they want to see the best side of you no matter what. But at the same time, they don't want arrogance. I think that's the way to approach somebody. It doesn't work anymore, especially now that, it's a different scene. It's, especially if you go to a bar, you have to basically go there. And if you really want to meet somebody, you also have to put the perception out there that you are interested. You have to basically like coddle them, coddle their feelings, coddle their, thoughts, coddle everything be all about them. It's like, no matter what, it's all about the female. Or what do you think?
Well, I mean, you don't have to coddle them. I mean, it just depends. Like, what are you going there for? Like, most of the time that we be going, I'll be going like with an intention to watch the Lake Show, put it down. Hey, like that one time when we saw LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. was his name, Bronny James. They were putting it down. So, and then the week before that, we want to go see the Canada versus USA, and you know what, fool? Like, they were saying like Canada won, and then like I heard other people say like no, USA won.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, they started busting out artificial intelligence videos, and I was like, all right, who the F won?
Were you trying to talk to a
who
female?
won the Oil Petroleum Wars of 2025?
Were you trying to talk to a female, or were you trying to make sure that you put your best foot forward? Because, we were there to have food and dinner or whatever the case was. But we weren't talking to anybody, I mean, yeah, there was females around us, but we were just having fun. I think it's better to be yourself regardless. But at the same time, be all about them. That's what I think. Because I remember, back in the day, sometimes for fun, I just had a beer maybe because I'm like, well, I didn't drink beer back then when I was in my early 20s. But it's like, girls want to see that, yeah, he's drinking. He's having a good time. But girls like to dance. Well, are you a dancer?
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What's your intention for going to the vicinity to begin with? Because, okay, if you're going with a smooth intention to go meet somebody, then it's like if you don't meet them, then it's like you're going to feel like mission failed. That's why I'm saying, like, you got to go there. Normally we go there, we'll be watching sporting events.
That's at the bar, though. At the club, it's a different vibe because everybody's dancing. Females can be there with their friends or whatever the case may be. Oh, trust me, so many times I've gotten rejected and I don't even care anymore because at that time, I used to walk up to girls, of course, and they were there with 3 or 4 friends. And it's like right away, women have a code where, oh, I'm going to grab her because that's what they talked about before they got there. If I don't like this guy or, whatever, I do something with my hair, or I don't know what females do at the clubs, to try to signal each other to get me away from this guy.
But it's not really rejection. It's more like sifting.
No, but I think, yes, you're right. But the females have the choice of who they can talk to and who they're going to end the night with in terms of a guy.
But same thing with males or with a guy. Like, like if I'm talking at a spot and then like a female's talking to me, it's like, you know what? No offense to ladies with the tattoos, but if you all tatted up from the floor up to, to your forehead, like, that says something about you too.
If you're tore up from the floor up, is that what you meant to say?
I didn't say tore from the floor up. I said tatted from the floor up.
Oh, well, like to the sleeves and arms and whatever in face, not face, but
to like the dorsal up, like yeah.
I think I don't know. That's something that you're probably gonna look at. Everybody has a preference. Females have preferences of what type of guys they want them to talk to them. But, I don't know. I don't have any confidence whatsoever. Look at me. Right now, yeah, I'm not shaved or anything like that. But if I go to a bar or if anywhere, it doesn't matter. If I'm sitting there and I want to talk to a girl or whatever the case is, I'm just going to be myself,
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to lie. Like, I've been to the gyms a plethora of times. And then there was this one time out of the gym. And this gym happened, like, it had 2 floors. So I was on the top floor, and the way they had it set up, like, I was doing like a cardio machine at the front, and they have a front window, and they have you could see like the downwards of the gym at the first floor. Yeah. And there's these 2 females, and they're both like in shape, whatever fit. One had tattoos, and the other one didn't. I was like, oh, that's cheating. The one with tattoos, and they'd make the body look more defined. I was like, oh, low key, I was like, that's cheating, but it did look more badass. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it's a disqualifying factor. And that's
coming from mother trucker that I don't be rocking the tattoos.
But you know what? It's funny you say that because you don't prefer women with tattoos, right? But I'm sure there's a lot of women that are at the clubs or at a bar, and a guy that's a little tatted up walks up, and they're like, oh, whatever. He must be intriguing because women perceive that as not because it's sexy or anything. Yeah, they might perceive it as that. A lot of them. But I think women are attracted to guys that have tattoos because it supposedly makes them more masculine. I don't know, whatever the case may be. But my point is, for me, myself, if I were to walk up to a girl at a bar or meet somebody at a bar, when we're just drinking, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and just be genuine and talk to her, listen to her, see what she likes, find out what she's all about. And I think that's what it should be about.
Okay. Mostly. Well, first of all, I'll go back to the statement you made earlier about me, Machuca. I don't prefer, women with or without tattoos. I think it's just, there is a difference. Like, if you have tattoos and you're rocking it with a purpose or if you're just rocking tattoos, it is different, variables involved when it's a female, I would say. But, take, some of my cousins. I'm not going to list them, but these motherfuckers be knowing. Some of them be rocking tattoos and some of them be don't. And some of them be knowing,
you know what? I don't know who has tattoos in the family because honestly, I haven't seen anybody in years.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. Our family, or my family, is gigantously huge. So the ones I'm speaking of, some of them rock it to the fullest and some of them just be rocking to the funk. I'm not going to lie. And the ones that be getting pressed, you know what? I don't condone violence against nobody, but against my own damn family. Like, if you're going to back up your thing, then, mother trucker, then why are you faking the funk?
That's you can't act like you're going to backhand something that you know. Okay, come on. Is that what the kind of violence you're talking about? You don't do that. But my point is, I think women that have tattoos is more of an expression, the way they want to be perceived in terms of, not because it's a bad thing. Not personally, I don't believe in tattoos. But actually, that brings me to a story about a girl when I was back in the day about, I don't know, I would say 20 years ago, maybe. I was celebrating my birthday. My birthday's in October, right?
20 years ago was quite a minute.
Well, damn. I was about 27-ish. I was, yeah, exactly. My point is, I usually celebrate my birthday at the end of October when it's close to Halloween. Because my birthday is on the 20th of the end of October. I usually used to celebrate my birthday because I have a DJ and I DJ and I do my own DJs at my own house. And one time there was this girl that I really liked. She had tattoos. I'll admit it. Back then I was into girls with tattoos for some reason. Maybe I find something attractive about them. You know, not all of them. I'm not going to marry a woman that has tattoos. That's just a preference. But my point is that I liked her so much. Yeah, I was drunk. I mean, it was my birthday. It was at my house. I did something stupid. You know, this is talking about a drunk story now because we are talking about being inebriated when you meet somebody, right? Because clearly if you're at a bar or at a club, you're going to be inebriated, right? So I basically grabbed her butt, you know, after she walked away from me. She slapped me so freaking hard that I'm like, okay, you know, yeah, I felt a little sting at that time, but it wasn't that much of a sting because I was already, you know, I was into the drinking already. That was the worst thing that happened to me when I was drunk.
That is pretty aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, I literally grabbed her butt cheek. Like, I went like this. I just went for it. But that was the only time that I ever had the courage to do that. It's liquid courage. That's my point. In Vino Veritas. That's how I really felt at that time.
I wouldn't say that was liquid courage. That might be assault.
Well, it was too much courage. But you know what? I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but within a week or two, I think I probably did mention it at a different podcast. Now that I remember. We went to the movies. We went to go see The Notebook. I mean, she technically hated me after that, but she still went out with me to go watch The Notebook. I mean, 2 weeks later. So I don't know. I mean, I guess she probably liked it a certain way. I don't know. I mean, I don't do that. I'm not very offensive to women. I try to be myself no matter what. Genuine, you know, I try to, like I said earlier, coddle their feelings when I first meet them. But, you know, she was my cousin's friend. So, you know, she already knew what I was all about.
Well, I mean, if she's your cousin friend, at least you guys had like some sort of like recognizance or knowing about each other from a mutual friend. But like at a bar, like, you know, that's the thing you're looking for. And if you see the tattoos or not, it's like an indicator. I mean, sometimes it's a definition. Like I was saying, it was a variables. I have cousins, but again, I mean, all the females. I mean, they're. I don't really judge the females as difficult as far as the deep meaning in the tattoos. Because on the males, unfortunately, like, you know, if you go back to the tribal, you know, like the Hawaiians, the Islanders, you know, it's like it does some tribal existence. And then, you know, these island girls too, like, you know, Bad Girl Riri, shout out to, you know, Umbrella. Well, I
mean, she's not, she's from Trinidad, I think. I mean, yeah, it's still a Caribbean, I think. And I
don't know, she's an island. She be claiming island.
But my point is, she likes bad boys because clearly she was with Chris Brown, right?
Yeah, but then I just heard, I mean, I don't want to talk about no conspiracies, but I heard some stuff and I was like, oh, damn. That's why Chris Breezy was throwing her big ass forehead against the crashed dashboard.
I think women are attracted mostly to what you convey right away from the first start. From the first instance of, I say, meeting face to face. I say, talking to somebody at a bar, talking to somebody at a club. Hey, look, I like to dance, right? I love to dance, honestly. I've never confessed that to anybody. The only people that know that about me are the ones that are really close to me. But I only like to dance when I'm actually drinking and or drunk. And I like to express myself. Trust me, don't get me wrong. You know, I used to teach people how to dance. But my point is that if you're drinking and you meet somebody, especially from the opposite sex or somebody, whatever sex that you like to be associated with in terms of what you want to date, I think the liquid courage helps because it brings out your true nature. You have to, no matter what, not pretend, be genuine, be yourself, but no matter what, be original in the sense that women get hit on all the time by any type of guy, but those pickup lines don't work anymore. Those cheesy 80s, 90s pickup lines don't work anymore. I don't think they ever did.
I mean, I think they ever did, because like...
You think so?
Yeah, because sometimes it's so cheesy, they'll be laughing.
Okay, what's the best pickup line that you've ever used on somebody? Because I don't think I've ever used a pickup line in my life. Ever. I don't think so.
I mean, not too many pickup lines, but I don't know. I think sometimes just be coming genuinely across, and they could recognize that and then be like... And sometimes I would say, like, it'll make them laugh. I'll be like, what's up, shawty?
But yeah, but there's also a thing about overdoing it. You can't overdo it when you meet somebody, because women, no matter what, they want a genuine person, period. Somebody that I could actually relate to in that instance, in that moment. And probably it's going to be till the end of the night. I mean, a lot of things can happen at the end of the night. Yeah, the ultimate goal is if, women are out there to look for whatever they want, and then the men are out there because that's all they want, then yeah, at the end of the night, it might happen. But it's not going to happen because the guys want to make it happen. It's because the females are going to allow it to happen. That's my point.
Well, that's why, yeah, like you're saying, that's your point. That's why I was saying, what's the ultimate goal? Because bringing it back to when you went for a date, you were saying, what's the point? I was saying, we go to a spot, the ultimate goal or objection, whatever you may.
Depends what you're looking for. I mean,
was
it
to
just
see
depends.
the lake show or to see the Canada. I mean, whether they won or lost to the USA. I mean, like I was saying, that I was having.
I think interactions happen naturally. That's what I think.
Yes, I was gonna say
genuinely, naturally, organically. Maybe I've mentioned this before.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was saying. So if they happen genuinely and organically, then boom, it's a hit. And if not, then it ain't what Nate Dogg spit.
I'm sorry. I think women feel certain vibes. I think women feel certain energies. I mean, women are very intuitive. I think they're smarter than men in a lot of ways. But yeah, women, no matter what, because they sort of do mature more faster than men. I mean, you could have a girl that's 10 years younger than you that you barely meet or whatever, or 10 years older than you. Depends what you're into, Like I've always said before, I go 10 years under and 10 years over. That's my max. But my point is, they already know what you're looking for when you walk up to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you go into that knowing that in a bar, then you have to know and acknowledge. Because at the same time, I mean, yes, they have their pros and their cons, as do we. I mean, there's certain aspects that we dominate where they do not dominate. Such as, what what's most known is strength and whatever. But you can't probably handle other aspects. Like, same here too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, not to put down or compare. When I was like looking at like the dogs at one of my jobs, I had to manage these dogs, and there's like the female dogs were like on it. I throw the treats at them, and they'll snatch that out of the air. Whereas the male dogs weren't as quick. I was like, these mother truckers.
So my point is that women have better intuition than men, period. Because my point is that no matter what...
Is that what you're claiming, intuition? Because I will claim strength and power for men, our physical bodies. Yes, we do have more strength and even dexterity.
Yeah, but...
Maybe even like typing, I'm at 10,000 words
when
per
I used
minute,
to go to clubs when I was younger, when I was barely 21...
Strength, I will claim that, but as is known... But now you're claiming that they have more...
Well, they do, because when I was younger, when I was 21, I had no confidence whatsoever. And women were not attracted to that whatsoever. Now I probably have overconfidence. And women like that for some reason. And not because I'm being arrogant about it or because I have male bravado.
For some reason, nah.
No. Not because I have male bravado or anything like that. But women are just attracted to that naturally for some reason. Because it's like it's I guess it's a hormone... Well, not a hormone. I can't say that. That's not the right word. It's like a pheromone. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. That you put out, to the universe or something. And they're automatically attracted to that.
No, well, yeah. Some of my, actually, two of my exes would say, like you're saying. They were like, oh, yeah, just be confident with what you're doing or something like that. And then that's what you're saying. It kind of reminded me when they said, like, two of them are like, oh, just be confident.
Well, I've been told that I've been overconfident for some reason. But this was somebody that just wanted to hate on me because I guess she knows me or whatever the case is. But yeah, that can happen too. Women can also hate on you for overdoing it. Not because they hate you, but they hate the fact that you're overdoing it. So my point is this: at the end of the day, it depends where you want to meet somebody or not. I say, well, you can't meet a life partner at a bar or at a club because that's basically the way that society looks at it, right? But I don't care about that. You can meet anybody anywhere at any point at any time. The point is if it's the right time for you guys to meet. That's my real point.
I mean, typically, if you go to the club or the bar, most likely you're going to meet someone who likes to be at the club or the bar. At the club, what are you going to be doing? Playing some bomb hip music. So you'll probably find someone that knows about hip and current music. At the bar, what will they be doing? Having beer specials, happy hour specials. Well, so you'll meet people of that like mind to be like feeling that good happy hour special or that cheeseburger special, whatever it may be.
Everybody's there for the same reason. Why? To have a good time, and not because everybody's trying to sex each other up or anything like that. If it were that easy, that it's called a meat market for a reason. It has a double meaning. It's mostly the MEET meat, not MEAT meat market. Okay, so my point is that it's a meat market for a reason, because if you're there and you get rejected by 1, 2, 3, 10, it doesn't matter. It's a numbers game, like I've always said before in other podcasts. It's a numbers game, and that's the real point. But yeah, if you're there and you click with somebody right away, no matter if it's at a bar, at a club, at a supermarket, at family's member's house, because I've met people in the weirdest circumstances. In other words, when I met my wife, I met her because at my uncle's funeral or whatever the case was, and it was an unfortunate circumstance, but sometimes it happens organically like that.
I wouldn't say it's like a meat market like that. I mean, it's just you're just traversing around amongst the earth, and it's not a meat market. Like
no, but that's what I'm saying. They call it a meat market because everybody else wants to say, oh, well, it's a meat market where everybody's just there to hook up, and it's not like that. Because I've gone to clubs back in the day and this and that and the other, and I've met people online too. But it's like, okay, well, if you're looking for the same thing, you're gonna eventually meet somebody that wants the same thing as you. My point is that if it's somebody that's a keeper for you or for them or for everybody in general, it doesn't matter where you meet. That's the real point.
I mean, the main thing is to like have some sort of similar goal, I would say, or end game. Because I mean, if you're just out there, someone's just trying to get turned up, and then someone else is out there trying to like, live their life, and then.
Well, you're watching the Cali podcast. This is your host Ish,
and it's your boy Griffin.
Well, okay, so we want to get the female's perspective, female input, female, point of view. If you know what exactly what was said, or if you want to put in your 2 cents, or if you want to say whatever's on your mind, you could always put it on the comment section. Please let us know. I mean, we are just basically throwing darts at a board that we don't know if we're saying the right thing or not. This is the way that I perceive it, in my opinion, because we all have our opinion, right?
Well, clearly we all have our opinion. I mean, like we're saying, it's just something about shooting darts, and if they land, they stick, but it's all about hitting the target. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm too old for that game because I'm almost 50, and it's like, okay, I don't do that anymore for some reason. Maybe I feel like, after 35 years old or something, or whatever the case was, that was too late in the game for me. I mean, I just don't do it anymore. I'm not tired of the game. I'm just tired of, the chase, I guess.
No, I would say, I mean, I'm going to feel you with the like younger years over here, 37 years old, younger or whatever. I'm also tired of the chase too. It's like, damn, by the same time, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you have that same intentions. Because you're talking about like going to the club and trying to mission accomplish it. Versus if you just get to know someone, or I'll just say just going there with the mission to go see the lake show or the USA beat Canada. Like, you know what I'm saying? But watch some sports. That way it's like, if they're going to be there or not, I mean, you get their phone number or not. But if not, I mean, the main goal I say is like watching the sports activity.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you be going to them spots, and then there'll be just some shorties with tattoos, with no tattoos, and it's like, you be feeling them tattoos. I'll be saying them tattoos are variable to me if they got some meaning or no meaning.
I say that no matter whatever you do to meet somebody, or in general, if you're not even meeting anybody, but the point is you end up meeting somebody at a certain point, at a bar, at a club, wherever you want to say you meet somebody, have courage. Have courage to be yourself. Have courage to know what the other person is all about, and have courage to want to make sure that if it's something that you're both going to pursue the day after, if there's the whole night together or whatever it is, to get to know one another, then hey, if it's worth it, why not? That's why people exchange numbers. That's why now everybody asks for their Instagrams, right? I guess that's what I've heard from people now. Like, oh, what's your Instagram? Here's mine, or whatever. I've heard that from so many people, like writers that tell me all the time.
And I would say be real. I mean, I've known some other shorties. I mean, I'm not going to give no one's information up, but I've heard of the shorties. They be going up on this thing, females, and like 2 times they've been got by dudes who be like faking the funk on them. Like them old school, like Mexican, the Mexican dads back in the day having like a family in Mexico. But it's a different time.
Exactly.
Different time. Okay, but I'm saying they bring it up over here back to the online dating scene, other shorties be like, damn, this had a whole ass family. I'll be like, I told your ass it was no good for you. Having a whole ass family. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
they be getting got in the online games. That's why at the same
it's
time
hard
it's
to
like
do that now, but yes,
everybody. That's why I agree with you saying
it's
like
hard,
yeah, keep it
but
100
it can
and
be
be
easier
real.
for the people that do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like just be real, be upfront, and let them know like if you're like about that life or this life because other shows be getting got is what I heard. I was like, oh well, damn, that's true. Like I was like,
I mean, it comes with the territory. You know, you live and you learn. You know, you make mistakes, you have to correct them for you to make not the same mistakes again. You know, that's just how it is. It's it's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience, but that's what I'm saying. Like mother truckers, like you're saying, going online, but at the same time for the shorties. Like you got some mother truckers that are being deceiving, trying to entice them just because they want that thing.
That could ruin it for everybody that's actually looking for something genuine. But you know, like I said, it comes with the territory. I'm not gonna repeat it again. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for watching the Cali Current Podcast. This is your host Ish
and your boy Grimace. You
and
know what it is.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please comment in the comment section, females, if we were wrong about this or if we just said something that you didn't like. Please put it in the comment section. Please let us know if we're just being too boneheaded to be talking about nonsense. It doesn't matter. Your opinion counts as well as ours is what we offer. And we do thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, and thank you so much for watching. It's Cali Current Podcast. You know what it is.